Llama. Llama wriggled under his soft red pajamas. "But Mama, I'm not sleepy," he whispered. The moonlight spilled into his room, and suddenly, Giggles floated through the air. Tiny glowing fireflies were bouncing on his pillows. "Catch us if you can," they teased. Llama hopped out of bed and chased them around the room, his red pajamas glowing like superhero armor. The fireflies zoomed into the hallway, through the kitchen, and up to the attic. "Wait for me," Llama laughed. At last, Mama peeked in. "Llama, what are you doing?" She chuckled. "Chasing Giggles," he said, pointing to the fireflies. But by then, they had disappeared. Mama kissed his nose. Giggles belong in dreams. Llama snuggled back into bed. This time the fireflies danced inside his dreams, and he giggled all night long.
Bluey snuggled under her blanket, but whoosh, her dream lifted her into space. She floated past glowing planets, bouncing on Saturn's rings like a trampoline, bowing, bowing, bowing. She laughed. The stars twinkled like friendly fireflies, guiding her through the galaxy. She found Bingo snoozing on a comet, and together they rode it like a sled through shooting star showers. They cuddled inside a moon crater, wrapped in starlight. When morning came, Bluey woke up in her cozy bed. The stars had gone, but their sparkle stayed in her smile. Sleepy time dreams are the brightest of all. Every night, Emma's mum sang, "I love you forever, my little star." Emma grew taller, faster, braver. Still, Mama whispered the same song. One day, Emma sang it back, "I love you forever too." The song passed through their days and birthdays, first steps, and even rainy days when Emma felt small again. No matter what changed, the forever hug in their hearts never faded. Because love that's sung every night lasts forever and ever. In a faraway forest, tiny fairy Luma wanted to join the Big Heroes Club, but she was so small her wings sparkled like sugar dust. "You're too little to be fearless," teased the others. One night, the forest grew dark as a storm frightened all the animals. The heroes hid but not Luma. She zipped through the trees, lighting the way with her glowing wand. She soothed the rabbits, guided the birds to shelter, and even cheered up a grumpy bear with a tickly spell. When the storm passed, everyone clapped. "You are fearless," they cheered. And from then on, Fairy Luma's tale was told in every fearless bedtime story.
Fox dashed through the forest, panting. Oh no, I'm late. He leapt over logs, squeezed past hedges, and zoomed past deer who called, "Where are you going?" "No time," Fox yipped, racing on. At last he skidded into the clearing. All the animals were waiting around a cake. "Surprise!" they shouted. Fox blinked. "My birthday?" He laughed, tail swishing. "Guess I wasn't late after all." And he blew out the candles surrounded by friends.
Every full moon, Toby felt tingly. His hair grew wild, his teeth sparkled sharp, and his pajamas stretched. He became Wereboy. But Wereboy wasn't scary. He howled silly songs, chased his own tail, and leaped across rooftops to deliver giggles to sleeping children. One night, he slipped on a banana peel and tumbled into the park. The squirrels clapped, the owls hooted, and Toby laughed so loud the moon wobbled with joy. By morning, he was back to normal just Toby, with messy hair and a sleepy grin. But deep inside, he knew the world was safer and sillier because of Wereboy. Raymond's rocket ship zoomed far, far away until it landed on a planet made entirely of ice. His boots crunched on frozen ground. Snowflakes danced like diamonds, and the sky glowed a frosty blue. Suddenly, penguin-like creatures waddled over. "Welcome to Shalara," they chirped. Raymond joined their ice skating races, built castles from crystal snow, and even tasted hot cocoa that steamed with starlight. When it was time to leave, the penguins gave him a glowing snowflake. So you'll always remember the cold planet. Back on Earth, Raymond tucked it under his pillow, where it sparkled warmly, even in the dark.
Deep in the forest stood a grand old tree with a secret door. Inside lived Nia, a tiny girl who called the trunk her home. Her walls glowed with firefly lanterns. Her chairs were made of mushrooms, and her bed was a nest of soft moss. She even had a slide that whooshed her down to the stream every morning. Animals visited often: squirrels for tea, owls for bedtime stories, and deer who peeked in to say hello. Living in a tree trunk is the best, Nia laughed, and every night the tree hummed a lullaby just for her.
Long ago, a tiny spider lived at the bottom of a deep, dark well. Nobody noticed him until one day the bucket rope snapped. "Oh no!" cried the villagers. "How will we get our water?" Spider scuttled up the stones. Spin, spin, spin. He wove a strong web from the top of the well to the bottom. The bucket clung to it like a swing. Everyone gasped. "You saved us," they cheered. From then on, the spider was no longer just a tiny creature in the shadows. He was the hero of the well.
Stanley was nervous. Today was his first day at dog school. He packed his bone-shaped lunch and wagged into class. The other pups barked and played fetch. Stanley worried. What if he wasn't good at anything? But when the teacher called for show and tell, Stanley pulled out his secret talent, balancing 3 tennis balls on his nose. The whole class howled with cheers. By the end of the day, Stanley had made lots of new friends. "School's not scary," he barked happily. "It's positively fun."